Can I get a student loan discharge if my school closed? Have you ever wondered what happens to your student loans if your school suddenly closes? This situation can be stressful, but there are options available for relief. If your school closed while you were enrolled or within 180 days after you withdrew, you may qualify for a student loan discharge. This is known as a closed school discharge, and it mainly applies to federal student loans. To be eligible, you must have been attending the school when it closed or have withdrawn within the specified time frame. If you completed your program or graduated before the closure, unfortunately, you will not qualify for this discharge. Additionally, if you continued your education through a teach-out plan arranged by the closing school or attended another campus of the same institution, you generally cannot receive the closed school discharge. However, if you transferred to a different school outside of a teach-out agreement, you might still be eligible. Applying for a closed school discharge is straightforward. You will need to submit a closed school discharge application to your federal loan servicer. If you do not receive this application automatically, it is a good idea to contact your servicer and request it. While your application is being reviewed, you must keep making payments on your loans. If your discharge is approved, you will receive a refund for any payments made during the review period. It is also important to understand that a closed school discharge is separate from bankruptcy discharge of student loans. Generally, student loans are not discharged in bankruptcy unless you file a separate legal action called an adversary proceeding. In this case, you must prove that repaying the loans would cause undue hardship. This is a challenging standard to meet and does not relate to whether your school closed. If you believe your school misled you or engaged in fraudulent practices, you might qualify for loan relief under borrower defense to repayment. This option can apply even if you graduated. It requires you to prove legal violations by the school, which is another distinct route from bankruptcy and closed school discharge. In summary, if your school closed while you were enrolled or shortly after you withdrew, you can apply for a closed school discharge to cancel your federal student loans related to that school. This option is typically more accessible than attempting to discharge loans through bankruptcy. If you think you may qualify, take action and reach out to your loan servicer for assistance.